Hey everybody, what's up? Well, LeBron James and the Cavs have been bounced from the NBA playoffs yet again. And a lot of people aren't too happy with King James right now. And to be fair, he deserves to be criticized. In Game 5 against the Celtics, that was one of the worst playoff performances I've seen by a guy as good as LeBron James. He was awful. He was 3 for 14 from the field. He didn't show any energy. He didn't show much desire. It was just awful. I don't know if you can show energy, but he didn't have any energy. It was a bad performance. It was even worse than that description of his bad performance. Last night he was better. He had a triple-double, but he had 9 turnovers and he looked fatigued. He just didn't look like himself. He didn't look like LeBron James. So he deserves to be criticized, but a lot of people are overstating how big of a blow this is going to be for LeBron's legacy. Think about it like this. Think about Peyton Manning for a second. Now I know he plays another sport, but there are some similarities. Just hear me out on this. Before Peyton Manning won a championship, all we ever talked about were his failures, and he had some bad playoff performances. He had the 4 interceptions against the Patriots in the 2003 playoffs. All anybody ever said about Peyton was, he can't win the big one. He's a choke artist. He couldn't even beat Florida when he was at Tennessee. That's all anybody ever talked about. But once Peyton won a championship, that talk went bye-bye real quick. All anybody talks about now is how good Peyton Manning is. In fact, before Super Bowl 44, a game that the Colts lost to the Saints, before the game was even played, some people suggested that Peyton was already the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL. He went from choke artist to maybe the greatest of all time like that. Once you win a championship, your legacy is viewed completely differently. It's going to be the same thing with LeBron James. Once he wins a championship, and he's going to win one. He's 25 years old. He's the best player in basketball. He's got a lot of years to win a ring. It's going to happen. Once he wins a ring, you're going to view his legacy a lot differently then than you do today. It's the way it's going to be. But what makes LeBron's situation interesting is that he's a free agent. If he signs back with Cleveland and wins a championship, this year's going to be a footnote in the grand scheme of things. But if LeBron goes to another team and wins a ring, he will have a yeah but attached to his legacy. People will say, well, LeBron won a championship with so-and-so, but he never won one with Cleveland. People will say that. But either way, the more that LeBron accomplishes in the future, the more success he has in terms of winning championships, the more the failures of this season will be forgotten about. I'm Brian No, and that's a no-brainer.